Earlier today, I was talking to some friends about Clip Breakdown, the very YouTube series you're watching at this moment, and they could not believe that I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary here on YouTube. And nor should they have believed me because it's only been 8 years. My understanding of calendar math was corrupted by my understanding of girl math, and now I can barely count. Luckily, there's almost no counting involved when making YouTube videos full time. I shoot in 4K now, so I can count the pores on my face, and I can also count a new lesson that I learned for every year that I've worked here on the platform. That first year was all about getting comfortable with the camera and speaking the up. Also, why was my voice so low back then? Who was I trying to impress? Year 2 was all about learning how close I could stand to the camera. Turns out inches away is a little unnerving for people. By year 3, I learned the importance of creating a series such as toy commercial commentary.
Single as a Pringle, baby. Today I'm shopping for my 8-year-old nephew Dayton, but I'm setting my budget to $30 because I'm going through a nasty divorce, which is sucking up all my money.
Ooh, that was so Shane Dawson coded. I apologize to anybody who was affected by that.
Or Catching Kelsey with Travis Kelce, who is suddenly famous thanks to Taylor Swift. I had never heard of Travis Kelce before seeing this show. I've never seen so many long t-shirts. I dated him first, Taylor, in a manner of speaking. By year 4, I learned to leverage the trending topics of the day, such as Super Bowl and Starbucks drink. God, life was so simple at one point. Why was I so unhappy then? Oh, because I had a day job at an office that really kind of ruined my life. By year 5, I had learned, I don't know, find as many excuses as you can to videotape yourself in the shower. That was weird for that. I'm also loving the fluctuation of facial sizes that I'm seeing throughout the years. We've had a difficult relationship with processed food. Not much has changed. And then, right around 4 years ago, so year 6 of making YouTube videos, I learned the importance of making fun of Shane Dawson on the internet. And life has pretty much been a nonstop thrill ride from there. I moved from Los Angeles to Palm Springs. 3,000 of you watched that video, so that's cool. Year 7, I learned the importance of, I guess, responding to sponsorship requests on email. Turns out, you just need to check your emails like every day. I went from the month of October to the month of March without checking my email this year. It was terrifying. Do you know how many insurance policies just lapsed? And this, year 8, I learned the importance of just doing my best, trying to avoid burnout. Oh, and also I'm getting really good at living life without insurance. So now that we've had that speed run through my history here on YouTube, let's go back to the very beginning and look at the first ever video I posted on this channel. As you can see, it was posted 8 years ago. I don't love that that's the face that I'm making in this right now, but you know, snarler's gotta snarl. Why do I have such a snarly face sometimes? It's like a dog who's sneezing. Anyway, this video is called Bad Magazine Advice, Meghan Trainor 17 magazine. I love magazines. I have not picked up a magazine probably since this day because I've been so busy, but I also love making fun of Meghan Trainor, so this feels like really a timeless piece. This was posted on August 22nd, 2016. So yeah, I'm like 2 months away from the anniversary of this, right? I can't believe it's summer already. We're just gonna dive in and I'll give you my live reaction to my comments on Meghan here. Snarling, let's get snarling, darling. Hi everybody, my name is Nick, aka the baddest bitch that you know up in here. I'm so sorry about that. And I continue to be sorry about that. That was so cringy, why did I say that? I feel like I rehearsed that too. I was like, what am I gonna say for a funny first line? Not that. Anything but that, how about? Let's try again. AKA the baddest bitch you know up in here. I really did have a lot of gumption back then. You know, I was supposed to be working during this time. I worked from home for a QVC brand. Don't worry, my boss at the time passed away. So even if he were to be watching this, he would be powerless over the land of the living, except for on All Hallows Eve. And that's several months away, so we're good. I have been drinking this Trader Joe's cold brew concentrate, and it just buzzes me right up. You're supposed to dilute it with water or ice. I'm not about that life. You can get water for free out of the ocean. Okay, I paid money for this and I will drink it as black as the night sky if I want to. Sometimes if I drink too much it gives my heart pain, but it's fine. Why did I open my mouth so weird and why did I open my eyes so crazy? I mean, I can't fault him too much because those are some smile line free faces. There are no crow's feet on that visage. I'm jealous of the voluminous collagen content of his skin, but otherwise, I feel like he's trying a little hard to be funny. Also, I struggled to add in all of those text inserts and stuff. Like, I was not a quick editor at this time. I've come quite a long way. This took me 3 days to probably edit together. I could do this myself with like AI and get this done in like 2 seconds. I'd like you all to know that I am a fiend for magazines. I have so many magazine subscriptions, especially beauty magazines, Glamour and Allure, or magazines that teach me how to live my best life, like Oprah. Thank you, Oprah, for telling me what to do. Why did I do that slow down and bulbous face for Oprah? That was the punchline? I think I just saw other YouTubers who were getting popular at the time do that sort of thing, and I was like, that's the humor. That is humor incarnate. I still love O Magazine, by the way. She will forever be the queen of printed media. Now pay for that Ozempic out of pocket and smoke it or whatever. They are ridiculous. They give you impractical advice that is just intended to sell products that you don't need. So today I'm going to take you through my favorite parts of the May issue of 17 magazine. Yes, I'm a subscriber to 17 magazine, and no, I'm not a 17-year-old girl. But you know what? If you look at like the categories, it's really intended for women like 14 to 22, and I'm only a man who's 25. So if you were to put that on a chart, I'm not terribly far away from their target demographic. Shout out to the gender binary. Ew, so outdated. Also, actually, no, also. That's enough. I don't know why I have to explain myself to you. Anyway, you're the one who's watching this video, so it's August right now. So obviously this May issue is from a few months back. Budgeting time is not my best skill. I'm basically flawless in every other way, but you know, I haven't gotten to this until now, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be fun. As you can see, I have Post-its marking my favorite parts that we're gonna... Yeah, we see the Post-it notes, Nicholas. Just read the magazine to us. God damn. The pace. Why was I not cutting out every little microscopic gap between my sentences? It's very uncomfortable for me to have to sit through a real-time conversation with myself. That's why I don't typically, live in my own conscious brain. The cover star for this issue, as you can see, was Meghan Trainor. She's sort of a polarizing celebrity, don't you think? It seems like a lot of people really hate her. I guess it's not that polarizing. No, I'm kidding. There are people who like her too. I'm pretty sure that felt rehearsed also. I'm not saying I didn't come up with that on the fly. I don't remember. No, I definitely didn't. The joke could have been worded better, sweetheart. People seem really divided on Meghan Trainor as a celebrity. There are those people who really hate her, and then there's her close friends and family. I didn't say it was divisive into two equal-sized groups. That's just a quick example for 25-year-old Nick. I can't believe he was 25. I'm talking about him like he's literally a different person, but I can't believe I was 25 when I shot that. That is crazy to me. I had to have so many bad days since then. And good ones, too. I don't know. I'm being pessimistic for fun. I read somewhere that she, writes lyrics for other musicians like Britney Spears or whatever. I read that somewhere, but definitely not in this interview because she, regardless of what you think of her talent, does not give a good interview here. She sounds like a moron. On the opposite side, we have First Lady Michelle Obama, who I have nothing bad to say about. And if you do have something bad to say about her, put that in the comment section below because I will read it and I will get back to you. Huh. Oh my God, remember when the Obamas were in the White House? Things felt better back then, even though they really weren't. I do appreciate me not starting any shit with the Obama family, but reading comments, actually responding to them, could never be me. I'm just kidding. I read comments. Not a lot of them. If you have a good amount of comments coming in, it only takes 3 different comments before you read something terrible about yourself. So it got a little difficult there. I have my assistant help me find the good ones and the important feedback that, criticisms even that don't make me feel like I want to climb out of my skin. So it's a better way of doing it. This was the day when you could comment and be one of 4 people who ever commented on my YouTube channel. And I remember the very first comment I got on this video. It was by somebody who said, "You're funny, bitch, work," or something like this. And I said, okay, that's enough positive motivation for me to go and make another one, and then another one. And I just kept going and climbing out of this hole of W-2 employment until I made it into the plateau of self-employment. $10.99. Thank you, Google, for this paycheck. Clearly, I've always had sort of a bad habit of making myself look stupid on the internet. If that was my worst habit, then so be it. I mean, I picked up some others along the way. And sometimes you have those bad habits that you give up and you think, oh, I'm doing great without that. And then you're out with friends and the habit just, you slip right back into it. It can be very difficult, which is why I love products that are innovative and that help you kind of effortlessly release these bad habits by replacing them with a better habit. That's even better, obviously. And that's why I'm so grateful for the sponsor of today's video, Fume. Fume has been a partner with the channel for a while now, and also something that I just use in my daily life. It's a flavored air device that lets you draw this non-toxic flavor from the special Fume cores into your mouth. It's a great way to satisfy an oral fixation like I have. There's a fidget spinner element to it because listen to that clickety clack. So it gives you something to do with your hands, and it's smart. Did you know that flavored air as a category is quickly becoming a leading alternative to vaping and smoking, for example? And Fume is the leader in flavored air devices. This award-winning device is just flavored air. There is no vapor involved. Well, also for me giving my hands something to do, not just when I'm holding the Fume itself, but they also sent me this magnetic base, which first of all, I always know where it is. It's so much easier for me to not lose something when it's got its own little home base there. And also I like to play this little game where I see how many times I can get it to spin around without knocking it off the magnet. I have a really strong finger, so it's hard. There's no nicotine or any sort of addictive substance in Fume, so you can enjoy it as much as you want to. There's nothing that comes out of your mouth afterwards. It's just a nice flavorful experience. I also love how weighted it is, fun to fidget with, and I feel like I'm treating myself every time I pick it up, and it's a great way, I think, to kick off your journey of kicking a bad habit. You know, do something nice for yourself. It's a little reward. This is my original Fume, but they also recently sent me this matte black one, so you can really kind of do what makes you feel good. Speaking of the flavors themselves, I'm finishing out these raspberry lemonade ones that I tried for you last time. And right as that's happening, I get this package with, ooh, grapefruit, sparkling grapefruit. That's my favorite flavor of sparkling water, which makes sense. It's kind of like Fume flavored air is like the sparkling water of air. You know, it's not drinking a high calorie soda. It's this lightly flavored, refreshing, and much more healthy for you alternative. It's super easy to switch out the core. All you have to do is pop her open. Oh, there goes the old one. There it is. Ooh, yes. Fume has served over 150,000 customers, and you could be their next success story. For a limited time, use my code DiRamio to get your free Fume base when you order the Journey Pack. It's the all-new magnetic stand for your Fume device. Head to tryfume.com. That's tryfum.com and use code DiRamio or scan the QR code on the screen to get your free Fume base when you order your Journey Pack today. Thank you, Fume. Let's get started, shall we? Do you remember what Ashley Tisdale used to wear? Anything. She would wear anything. I'm gonna show you some pictures because it looks like a stylist just picked her up by her hair and swung her wildly around a limited 2, and whatever stuck, that's what she was put in front of the cameras with. I was not being a girl's girl, but the visual description of throwing a woman around by her hair feels on brand still. Really enjoyed reading in this issue of 17 magazine was how to throw a squad picnic. For those of you who are not hip with the lingo like I am, squad is what you call your friend group. Taylor Swift's squad includes all of those blonde girls and, you know, assorted white women. You have a similar thing here. Just a couple girls having fun on the lawn. No plates needed recipes from the experts. I'm sure 17 magazine doesn't want to alienate its readers by being too high concept, but I'm pretty sure that they're over-explaining how to make a sandwich. Put sliced avocado on one layer of bread. Add chicken. Top with another piece of bread. Put it in a box with grapes. Wow. Don't get too gourmet on me now. I am still screaming that they told us in detail how to layer a sandwich. However, I'm more confused to this day about why you can't bring plates to a picnic. They're not that difficult to carry. They're flat. Also, how 2016 is the whole concept of squads. Taylor Swift really did that for us. I'm gonna go ahead and put my video in like to 1.5 speed because girl, he talked so slow. And this is I don't want to torture myself. It's like being dragged across hot coals doing this. I hate watching my old videos. The food is ridiculous. I want you to make a salad. Whatever. Eat donut holes. Fine. I don't know what I just said, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it 1.25. God, can I not have anything? It's my birthday. It's not my birthday. Don't get too gourmet on me now. 17 magazine. I'm only one human being, and you expect me to assemble a sandwich and box it up? I'm just a 17-year-old girl. I have 5 finals. The food is ridiculous. I want you to make a salad, whatever, eat donut holes, fun. The real reason you're having a squad picnic, according to this, is to get a great us-e, which is a selfie of a group of people. So you're just doing this for the pictures. Let's be real. Nobody goes on a picnic anymore with all of their friends for any reason other to post it to social media. I'm including myself in that. You know, obviously I'm making a YouTube video, so I put more effort into shooting this today than I have my actual job. So don't think that I'm getting all high and mighty here about kids these days and their phones. Anyway.
Yeah, so much effort, not turning on any lights and barely putting any thought into the framing. Let's not give ourselves the Purple Heart just yet. Who says Ussie, though? That never caught on. 17 magazine, that's really when you started your decline, I would venture to guess. I do like the idea of using finals as an excuse for things, even in my mid-30s. I have finals. That's why I didn't show up to jury duty. And also I did not go to that court date about that speeding ticket that I had. And now they want me to serve time. I have finals then.
Number 1, pick your props.
Okay, we gotta move on. I don't care about this.
I feel pretty confident that I can talk to anybody, even you, baby.
Oh.
Okay, this article actually
Good
really
Lord.
worked. It was called Keeping in Touch.
I hated every
It's
second
about
of
how
that.
to stay in touch.
Piece of shit.
That I saw in this is pick an SOS emoji. It's talking about how you might have a group text going with your friends when you're away from them for the first year of college. If no one responds right away, it's easy to have that angry, frustrated, annoyed feeling. That was one word, by the way. That was one word. Choose an emoji. Something that you rarely use that will signal the need to talk like...
I didn't have a comment
Consider
to
your
make, so I
squad's
just
secret
looked at the
code.
camera.
Or
That's the
choose
commentary.
the gray moon face emoji because he's always making this hilarious face that just works perfectly for any awkward situation. Although it says to pick one that you rarely use, and I use that one all the time. Okay, let's pick an SOS emoji. The flag of Finland. Whenever I'm rambling too much, you can just text me the flag of Finland to let me know that I need to finish up. That is some wordplay that I don't think anyone was expecting. Not even me. I'm kind of impressed with myself for that.
I'm not. I'm kind of impressed that no one punched you in the face in your lifetime up until this point. What is with the Jim Carrey facial expressions? Oh, are we the live action Grinch in this? By the way, have you been admiring my queer-coded t-shirt? This is something I wanted to tell you about. In order to celebrate the close of Pride Month, this is my new Pride collection of merch for which all the proceeds are going to a great cause. If you didn't know, queer-coded is the way they describe characters in movies or in media exhibiting like stereotypically gay, lesbian, transgender characteristics, but whose sexual identity is never explicitly stated for the audience. This all came about in the 30s and lasted through the 60s because of what was known as the Hays Code, where it was illegal for media to portray any sort of sexual deviancy, which being queer was considered to be at the time. So these queer-coded characters were a way that filmmakers could include them in projects, but with that, they also made a lot of queer-coded characters into the villains or the victims or these morally reprehensible people, which just supported that misinformation that being queer or any kind of non-heteronormative identity was inherently bad or made you a bad person. Obviously, we know this is not true, but queer-coded characters still continue to pop up in media today. Disney's famous for it. I wanted to help reclaim the term queer-coded and remind people that we have moved from this age where it's about concealing our queer characters behind generalizations, and that being queer-coded means that it's a part of our identity that's woven into our DNA, and we celebrate those unique qualities as well as the strong, vibrant community of LGBTQIA+ people that we all belong to or that we're allies to. So yes, I'm queer-coded, but in a pride way, prideful way. Queer by genetics, not generalizations. This is the blue tie-dye cyclone t-shirt. There's one in coral. There's a rainbow tie-dye, a solid color shirt. This is the Pride Sipper. Lots of fun stuff to check out. And as I said, 100% of the proceeds go towards supporting GLAAD, which is an organization dedicated to the accurate portrayal and inclusion of LGBTQIA+ people through the media. Film, TV, new media like this, the news. GLAAD is all about working through the media to share the LGBTQIA+. And they're a organization that I'm very proud to support using the proceeds from this collection sold through July of 2024. So if you're interested in rocking one of these queer-coded tees and letting everybody know that that's part of your code, then check out the website below. This is also, I'm launching my kind of like e-commerce website with all my merch, so I'm excited to make sure that all of that's working well. You can check it out at nickdramio.com. The homepage right there has everything you need. Are you queer-coded, baby? Because I am, but that's no secret.
This is some highbrow entertainment. Oh God, here we go. We're at this cover story now, the Meghan Trainor interview, which is titled, "Yas, Queen." And then there's a picture of her screaming in my face. Listen, like I said, this is separate from what you feel about her music. I'm just telling you empirically, this interview makes her sound like she barely has a command of the English language. And that's coming from somebody who once accidentally said a word backwards on a date. This is in New York. I had paid for a Match.com account and everything, and I was out with this guy, and I said the word spoon backwards. That's right. I said noops. And even I don't know what the hell Meghan Trainor is trying to say in most of this article.
And that was the early sign of a neurological problem I should have probably had checked out back when I was still plastic.
For instance, she's talking about how during this photo shoot, it was the first time she showed her arms, because she's always been self-conscious of her arms. Who isn't, though? I have weird arms, too. Like, there's so much real estate there.
I still agree. The broad side of an arm, that's too much real estate. I'm a homeowner, baby. I don't think I've ever flexed my muscle like that on camera. It scared me.
I used to wear corsets for photo shoots. They gave me one for the base video, and I said, isn't the whole point about this, not doing this? They had to quote her saying, isn't the whole point about this, not doing this? I don't know, Meghan Trainor. I'm starting to wonder what the point is, too. But then she tried on the corset, and she's like, oh, that's cute, though. Okay, let's do it. It was nice to finally be like, plop, as if she's dropping the corset. No thanks. Plop. I just honestly am getting the sense that when she was doing this interview, she just really didn't get that they were going to take what she said and write it down, because she's like clearly using a lot of gestures and onomatopoeia. And now I want to shazoom me. I like coming out like, bam. You're clearly an expressive young lady, but there are words to finish all of these sentences other than just superhero noises. Pow, biff, bop, boom. I know this isn't Harper's Bazaar, but if 17 is going to put you on the cover, at least bother to learn the words for...
Young Nicholas, you have to give her some credit. Yes, she sounds very unintelligent, but there's a good reason for that. She grew up in Massachusetts.
It feels like I'm being a little snobby, but it's probably just because I'm a little snobby. Whatever. I don't care.
I do care. I care about the facial... I think there was too much face acting going on in this, and that's what's freaking me out. I was like, since I have this 1080p camera up in my face, I guess I should flutter my eyelids a little bit. Why don't you not, you sardonic little shit? Why don't you just read your magazine about the girl you hate? I like Meghan Trainor more now than I did back then. Although she's had her up and downs in the public eye. For example, like her podcast where she said she hates teachers and like she made Tana feel so uncomfortable with her boyfriend. She does seem annoying. She seems like an annoying person, so we have that.
If you could give any advice to girls today, what would it be? People should be more aware of how cool they are. So know your talent, know your gift, and be proud of yourself. I'm going to go ahead and agree with you, Meghan. Everybody should know their talent. My talent is turning the page away from you. I just roasted Meghan Trainor. Are the Meghan
Oh, the faces!
Crazy.
Stop making faces!
Roast me now? I hope they do. Come at me, Meghan Trainor fans. Oh,
Not me inviting people to roast me in the comment, trying to get engagement.
she welcomed us into what looks like a luxe college pad, inspired, she explains, by the movie Big and the Boys and Girls Club of America, where she and her brothers used to hang out. Nothing against the Boys and Girls Club of America, but doesn't this woman have, like, gold records? Again, I'm not the interior design police, but listen to what it says. There's a bumper pool table by the kitchen, and a foosball table on the balcony. Foosball, I said. Foosball. A foosball table on the balcony. A disco ball lamp, a human-sized stuffed yellow banana, and string lights decorating the staircase.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't think I've ever heard anything as depressing as someone using their Boys and Girls Club from childhood as design inspo. Like, tell me your parents worked really hard to give you a mediocre life without telling me your parents worked really hard to give you a mediocre life. Thank God for whatever turn of events got her from Western Massachusetts Boys and Girls Club to the Grammys. I assume she was at the Grammys that year. God, I hold some contempt for this woman, don't I?
With lights and weird, cool things, she says. A human-sized banana and a disco ball. I guess I'm just curious as to why she is renting a home and then intentionally decorating it to look like the interior of an after-school program. I feel like that just speaks further to the level of thoughtlessness that Meghan Trainor has for her life and the carelessness with which she conducted this interview. Because that should not have even been mentioned. That's an embarrassing detail. I don't know why I'm getting angry. I'm so sorry. It's not cute that I'm like a bitter adult yelling at a teen magazine.
It's also not cute how you're baring your teeth at me like a hyena who's ready to eat.
To finish, get it? I'm going to end with the best part of any magazine, the horoscopes. I will read you mine. I'm a Taurus. I would read you all of yours, but I don't have time to read 12 of these. Just, they're all the same. It's fine. Hold on, there's literally a jet plane landing on top of the roof right now. Taurus,
Like,
you've
it's
got
so
a rep
like
for being
Disney
cautious,
Channel.
but this month, the universe will nudge you to expand your vision of what's possible. You'll totally heart the result. Heart. Speaking of emojis, they just use them in magazines now as if they're real words. Who invented the printing press? Because he's probably rolling in his grave right now. And just FYI, a sweetie you meet on the 27th will love it too. Did I meet a sweetie on May 27th after having a makeover? I think that was the month that I shaved my head and gouged my eyes out with my fingers. And I met Fishtail right around that time, my prison boyfriend. Wow, thanks 17 Magazine, you predicted the future so accurately. That was very refreshing. I love a good magazine. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll try and be more up to date with these and actually take you through current issues, because that would be fun. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel.
And I never revisited that concept again. That's the consistency you can expect here on Clip Breakdown, a term I had not even coined yet, and now, baby, it's registered trademark sister. I don't like the person I was back then. I mean, it's fine. It wasn't that bad. It had some moments where I can see like the seedlings of the humor that I try to bring to screen now, which is obviously so much more advanced. But I think there were a lot of pregnant pauses. I was letting facial expressions do the talking for me at many points throughout that, which in the age of the podcast is really not my goal anymore. It's like, let's keep the audio going for the people at home, shall we? Give them a both audio and visual experience. What do you think of this first video? It has 5.2 thousand views right now. So if you want to watch the full thing with every stupid little minute in between, go ahead and check it out. Congratulations to Nick at age 25 for being able to make a YouTube video that was under 20 minutes long. I'm lucky if I can get 40 minutes or less nowadays, because I just don't shut the f up. And that's after I cut out minutes upon minutes of this. You will never see all the cutting room floor stuff of me like literally listing off the names of people from my elementary school classes. Like there's too much going on there. I have a lot of trauma-based memories, and I just really dump them on this camera right here and decide which ones you're worthy of being subjected to. So I appreciate that. Thank you all so much for joining me for this video. Thank you so much to Fume for sponsoring the video, and make sure you check out my queer-coded collection now through July 2015, and all of those proceeds will be going to GLAAD. Also, you can check out my new website. I'm very proud of it. So, also, you know the deal. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want me to visit even more videos from the past, and most importantly, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button right over here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload them all the time, so turn on notifications, and you'll always be the first to know when I say the word finish, and then look at you like I have something in my eye. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you so much for going va-voom, zoom, pow, like Meghan Trainor today. I will see you next time. Mwah!